So hi everyone, today with me is again Alasdair. Maybe you remember him from previous video, but this time we decided to record the video again because it's time when we hit another milestone. So what difference do you see between Alasdair when we hit when we basically close the first deals and you today?
Whoa, the difference between Alasdair back then and today. Alasdair back then did not enjoy doing sales calls. He was very afraid of them, very little confidence, very nervous on the calls. Alasdair today is okay with sales calls, a lot more confident with them, and yeah, is closing more deals. Alasdair back then was also, making good money, but now we're making better money.
So maybe can you tell me more about the transformation of your business that happened during that time?
Okay, so back then we were just getting started. We refined the copy really quickly, so the copy hasn't changed too much other than the follow ups. Our systems are a little bit better. We have a solid CRM. We know when to send follow ups between emails, and we have standard templates for those follow ups. We now also have like very strong documents, like for our proposals or just very strong sales material now that we can send. The script is also a lot more refined now. We're also Our no-show rate has basically dropped to almost nothing. Everyone shows up for meetings. The companies that are showing up are much more qualified than before, and we close more companies at a higher ticket than before.
And where do you want to get in the next 12 months?
Next 12 months, I think it's entirely possible just with the work Jan does that we hit seven figures. It's still ambitious, but I think it's entirely possible with the way things are going now.
And what do you think will actually take to make seven figures?
So to hit seven figures, numbers look like we kind of just have to keep do. This has been our best month so far. We just kind of have to keep doing this best month. But to be more confident about it, some things probably have to change. Previously, a lot of our sales were just a flat upfront fee. Now we get the flat upfront fee plus a performance fee if the videos do well. So we have to start hitting those performance fees. We have to continue selling larger tickets. Potentially, it's just about doing more calls, booking more sales. But I think everything we're doing, we're on track to hitting seven figures.
Can you tell me where are you at now?
Whoa, where are we at now? So this month we did the first deal was for 22.5K. The second deal was for 16.5K plus 22.5K equity. Third deal was for 3K. And the fourth deal is for 18.6K upfront plus performance bonuses. Oh, and yeah, we had one more small deal to get our foot in the door for 1.5K. So if you add all of that up, so we got 62.1K in upfront fees, 22.5K in equity, and some to be determined amount in performance bonuses. So if things go well, maybe we'll look back and see this was the first 100K month.
Maybe let's talk more about the longer horizon. How much have you made in the last 3 months?
I also remember we did a 16.5K deal, 10K deal, did a 5K deal, we did a 3K deal, and we did a 16.5K deal. 50.5? I think we've done, I don't know if that was the last 3 months, but before this month, we did 50.5K in upfront in sales and some more in performance bonuses.
And how's the partnership going so far? Like, what do you think that is the most helpful for you, and what is something that you wouldn't find somewhere else? Why do you why do we keep working together, basically, from your side?
Other than Jan making us ridiculous amounts of money, Jan is also a very educational guy to work with. Like every week, I am learning many new things, and I think that's why I'm a lot more confident with sales. I used to also be very bad at email. Now I'm okay, or just bad. Significant improvements because it's a very, very educational experience. Potentially, you'd have to pay a lot for this knowledge with somebody else. Jan also tries to look for ways to make your life easier other than education. Like, for example, I had some information that I always checked before going on a discovery sales call, and he figured out a way to automate checking that information so I wouldn't have to spend 5 minutes every time Googling. Instead of like, I can spend 5 minutes preparing myself. An important thing for me has been predictability of income. Like, if you're a creator, you know that income is quite unpredictable. You don't know where it's coming from. Right now, I wouldn't say I know exactly how much I'm gonna make next month, but we can estimate based on how many leads how many people we're reaching out to, how many of those will eventually book a call, how many of those calls turn to a proposal, how many of those proposals turn into a sale. We can kind of estimate what it would be. Of course, there's some months that'll be lower, some months will be higher, but you kind of know you'll always be making enough. So there's a lot less uncertainty with that side of the business now. I guess other goals for the next 12 months would be even less uncertainty. So maybe the ability to predict income even more. Perhaps it's very personal, but I do want to spend more time working on videos and on the business. So perhaps bringing in another person to take on more of the sales could be a good goal as well. That way we can maybe close more deals too. And basically scaling the business. Like, it's not just about scaling the revenue, but scaling the operations to enable that revenue. And Jan seems like he's the guy that knows how to do that side as well.
Is there any reason why do you want to make that much money?
I think maybe my personality is just I want to keep challenging myself and getting better in some way. And right now, this feels like a good way to get better is to scale a business to 7 figures. After we get to that point, if we see we can scale it more, we'll probably scale it more. But even after we earn all that money, and let's say we can't scale it anymore, I think I will look for some other business that I would want to scale as well. I just enjoy growth. I think that's why I want it.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of months since we worked together. For the reference, it's been almost half of the year. And what difference do you see in your life from, for example, 1 year ago and now?
Okay, so it's funny. 1 year ago, and even like up until the 6 months, first 6 months of last year, I ran the numbers and I lost money for the first 6 months of last year. For the next 6 months, I made money. So that's been a significant difference. I am no longer. I think if I did not meet Jan, like perhaps like I would not have continued to lose money that badly. I would have changed things. But I do not think I would have as much comfort about my future as I do now. Jan also pushes me quite a lot, maybe more than I would usually when it comes to this stuff. And I don't think I would have done that on my own. I think on my own, I would have been a lot lazier or more chill about the growth of the business. If Alasdair did not meet Jan, he would be probably less confident in closing sales and would have tried other revenue streams to make money. Who knows if they would have worked out. They would have been a lot more experimental and less proven than this method.
And did making money, because right now we make much more than you've been doing before, change your relationship to your family, or what they think about what you're doing as a creator?
Yeah, so I guess I come from I don't know why they're conservative, but a conservative family. And, each week when I call them before, they wouldn't usually ask, oh, how's it going? How are your videos doing? They would ask, have you made any money this week? So instead of some weeks being no and some weeks being yes, most weeks are now yes. So I think they feel a lot more confident in their child's future. They are less worried, and maybe they're even excited to see where it goes. At the start, I failed to see the bigger picture of what he does. Not just outbound, it's not just emails, it's booking those calls, making sure people show up, when people show up is making sure you say the right thing, making sure you get them on the next call, making sure you show them a nice document, making sure you close them. And yeah, even after closing them, if there's any difficulties with the client, Jan is there too. It's not just an outbound sales guy.
Guys, so that's it for today. And I hope to see you again in 12 months from now. Hopefully making already 7 figures with Alasdair. And sometimes in business, things take more time than we expect. But I wouldn't be disappointed or angry if that's going to happen in 15 months instead of 12. Yeah, the most important is to get there and to reach financial freedom. And yeah, that's basically a couple components that make your life better, and that's what we strive for.
See you in 12 months when I have made $1 million and this pool is twice as big.